If you tell people like we cater for anyone, like any customer can come here from any location, from any budget, from any requirement, and we say yes to everything. I don't think you are going to be the best at something, doing that.
Welcome to UpTech Report. This is our Apply Tech series. UpTech Report is sponsored by TerraLeap. Learn how to leverage the power of video at terraleap.io. Today, I'm excited to be joined by my guest, Pedro Góes, who's based in Atlanta, Georgia. He's the CEO at InEvent. Welcome, Pedro. Good to have you on.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks, Alex. It's very exciting to be here on this session today. Yeah.
Now, InEvent is a virtual and hybrid event platform for event professionals, and definitely going virtual in events is a big topic, and there's many ways to approach this. Help me understand. Let's just start off. What is the problem that you see from your perspective and are set out to solve?
Yeah, we are here to deliver great video for our customers. So we work with marketing and event managers to be able to deploy software across the globe. And there are so many challenges that we help with, because today most of the video solutions is quite limited in terms of layout, customization, having control over the feed and interacting with other solutions, and availability and region allocation. So there are so many things that are still available for InEvent to improve. And our mission is to build the best subscription for events and video events mostly. So that's what we do on a daily basis. Yeah.
Got it. Video events and a mentality to that. Now, you started 2018, is that correct?
Yeah, 2018. Yeah, first year actually was 2019, and we have been growing since then. Yeah.
Okay, well, you were pre-COVID, being able to, I imagine there was a little pivot, but help me understand though, man, what's your background? Is this your first startup?
Yeah, no. So we're three co-founders, me, Vinny, and Mauricio. We have been working together now for 9 years. Seems like a lifetime, but 9 years working together. And we started our first company in college. It was a company also focused on events. We were doing more like the agency biz, building events and trade shows and all this kind of stuff. And we did that from 2012 to 2018. And then we decided to shift.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, we were three, but we had like 20 employees at that time, in our company. And we were software engineers, we were computer engineers and also mechanical engineers. So we decided to let's shift our focus and go, fully software, remote, all those things. And we decided to build first like this platform that's basically the event OS for AV professionals. And, if you're running an event on the cloud and you need help, like InEvent's the perfect solution for video and also registration, all those systems all together. Yeah.
You're definitely looking at from the you say as software engineers, the technical side. Have your three of you, the co-founders, how did you guys already meet? Like prior to that first venture, do you guys just find your good complement to each other in your skill sets?
Yeah, I started with I had the idea and I was like, man, we should go and find people and sell the software and everything. So the thing is, I started meeting with a lot of people in college, like many years ago. And some people joined the project. We actually had at one time, we had 8 or 9 partners on InEvent. So we had, C-level designers, C-level, like we had everything on this company. And Mauricio and Vinny were the ones that really saw the vision and grew with InEvent. So we have been able to divide our tasks. Mostly Mauricio takes, tech side, Vinny takes the sales side, I take strategy, fundraising, all those things in the middle too. And we work really well together. Yeah.
Yeah. And you went through YCombinator, is that right?
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, it was a great experience. YCombinator, it's quite a large program these days. When I was on the program, we had like 300 companies or so. So the markets have grown a lot, since the first batch that they had, which is quite good because that has enabled many opportunities for a lot of companies. Like today, if you think about like InEvent's a very niche company, we create video for events, like two combination of things. And it's a big market. Like we deploy software for the top like we have customers in the Fortune 50 companies using our solution. So it's a software tool that's niche, but at the same time, it's highly demanded from customers on companies that they do see the requirement for hybrid and remote work. So it's very cool how the market expansion allow us, allow us to be, because before the pandemic and before, SaaS was not that big, we probably not have space to grow and be like a company that we are today. Yeah.
Because your team is what, like 150 people now or something like that?
Yeah, 130 people, 35, something like that. Yeah.
And I bet a lot grew last year with this growth in demand and request for going all virtual.
Exactly. I mean, the pandemic was a really good trigger for us, like allowed us to quickly move to a state of customers are really looking forward to that and everything. But I think like moving forward is all about making sure customers are getting value from the solution. And we are a subscription first company. I tell that because there are a lot of other companies that deploy software for one-time events. There's software for, in-person events only. There's software for hybrid events. InEvent doesn't cater for everyone. We are specifically focused on pharmaceutical, education, tech, and financial companies, and also associations. So there are a lot of segments that we don't cover. And right now, we don't have any, it's not on our pipeline to start covering other segments because we're really focused on delivering the best experience for our customer database that we have right now. So it's a space where we can see a lot of growth, but it needs to be with the right, requirements. They need to be eligible to use our software. Otherwise, they are not as successful as they should, and they don't really renew their contracts. Success is not delivered, so it doesn't work well. Yeah.
When I first kind of look at your website and start to look at the things, I see event marketing, and I think larger concepts. And there are companies out there that look at the overall marketing event, but your core is the video element. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, the video is a key piece of the software. So you gotta be using video as something that you see. Like, I'm going to use video throughout the year. It's something that I know I'm gonna use. It doesn't mean that every event needs to be on video. Like, you can have in-person events and you can have small events or gatherings or anything, but you need to see video as a key part of our strategy throughout the year. It needs to make sense for you. Otherwise, the InEvent solution will not be the best fit overall, because there are other solutions that could deliver more on other spaces or other features than we do. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you started to also focus on a lot of features for disability as well. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, no, we are a very inclusive company. Like, we have people in 27 countries, and I'm also a foreign founder, so I know how being inclusive, is something that it resonates really, really well to me, and I really see the value of this. So I see inclusive from personal experience, and also I see the value of this because there are so many perspectives that we only understand because there's people from so many different locations at InEvent. So we decided to be inclusive, we embrace it, and we start to, make this as something that motivates us, because we are helping so many people in so many different places because of that. And, being inclusive means also, to having software that helps people with disabilities to do that. So that's just one part of being inclusive. Like, that's not everything. It's a combination of multiple things, but we do have sign language on the platform. We do have the option to navigate using the keyboard only, if you wish. And we have, use apps that are able to use voiceover. So all those tools are built in on the software solution. So disabilities are, you can handle and use software. So that's the goal, is to be inclusive. Yeah.
The space of event marketing is, there are other options out there, and there's actually ones that have been around for a while. How do you view the space, though? Do you not really see competition? You're not worried about it, or you just have a different angle?
Yeah, I think the space is quite interesting. There are 300 providers in this space, and everything. So what I tell people is the only path forward is is creating your niche and having differentiation on your product. You cannot cater to everyone. If you tell people like, we cater for anyone, like any customer can come here from any location, from any budget, from any requirement, and we say yes to everything. I don't think you are going to be the best at something, doing that. If you really want to say, I'm the best in the world at this, like I'm the best in the world at doing that exactly on my industry, you need to know exactly what is that thing that you do well. You cannot say just yes, and then if you do something out of, as a consultancy to deliver the best experience on a specific feature. So we decided to focus on video. We decided to focus on 5 specific industries, and we have been working with them to deliver the best experience. That's our vision on how to be the best one. Yeah, the best subscription for them.
Lessons learned so far, because we do have other SaaS founders and stuff who listen to the series of going after the markets that you have. Is it, would you call enterprise as well, enterprise space, or are you sort of looking to serve mid-market as well, or?
Yeah, so we offer the solution to all customers that are hosting either internal events, so they can be training, workshops, learning and development. All those use cases are very useful and really benefit a lot from InEvent. And the second use case is external events. So if you're going to host, a customer conference, or if you're hosting webinars for your clients, or if you're an agency producing multiple events throughout the year, you benefit from an InEvent subscription on the platform. So that's the first thing. By focus on those use cases, we have been able to create a very good portfolio of use cases, so we can show to all the customers, look, that's how our customers in our community are being successful. Read their use case, and you're also going to be able to be successful just like them. So That's how we really approach the problem overall. Yeah.
This future of event marketing, or rather you being able to have events with video, using it to an online virtual. What do you see the future? Like, if you had to predict five years out from now, what is it going to look like and be like? What would you say?
Yeah, I think the main difference from where we are today and the future is going to be like the overall improvement in video quality and video experience and video strategy and display. Because right now you go and it's like a 2-hour webinar session and you have to listen to everything. There are so many things that you can do on video to improve that, like put meta tags, translation, multiple languages, support on accessibility and other things to support this video, use this video as content throughout the year, use more analytics to be able to know where people are able to engage more and improve their learning process, integration with CU credits, MCLE credits, all these credits that those professional associations are using. We can definitely use more of that. So there are so many things where video can be integrated in other applications for professional use that we're not doing yet. So the vision for the future is, how do we take video as a standard, delivery tool, and we use this to be more connected? Because right now, video is just, like a pipeline. We're just looking at the pipeline and we're just having, that's nice that the camera, it's a good camera, So we are not getting the final application so well because there's not so many connected software to video. And that's the thing that we are mostly working on that could be improved a lot for the future, the integration of the solutions with video. Yeah.
Integrations of the usage of video. I'm curious also for the concept of going back in person. I mean, you're fairly heavily invested in yes, virtual, but what if a lot more events, people go back? I think people want to go back. What does that look like though?
So the main thing that we see is that what we learned from the pandemic is that people, were in the office and then they're working from home, and now they don't want to go back to the office. Like a lot of people, the great resignation going on, like people saying like, I have to go back to the office now, I'm going to quit and I'm going to find another job. So we learned 2 things. The first one is that video is great for content. Like if you're getting an in-person session and you tell like, I'm going to go to this event because I'm going to have in-person sessions about like sessions, and there's not going to be a discussion. It's more like you're listening to a speaker or something. Video, it's much better than that for your learning process. You can track, you can pause, you can read the transcription, you can use this recording later for a reference. It's so much better this. In most events, 90% of the event is content, right? Like 10% is just social gathering. So what we tell people is, if you're going to have a social gathering event, like you're going to a summit or your internal summit for the year with your company, with your members or anything, do in person, go there, have a drink, like I don't know, go to a resort or something, do it in person. Don't do this on video. It's not compatible. But if you're going to deliver content, which is mostly what people are doing these days, is content, is information, is learning, do it virtually because it's much better for people to learn. And we have ratios that show that it's 60% better the learning experience on video, work on home, on their own time, instead of having this in person where they are not able really to take notes and everything is not so easy. So there is a shift of, what's the best application? Like in person is really good for gatherings, it's for social events, for, like resorts, you should do that in person, you should travel for this. But the content, do it virtually. It's much easier. It's much more affordable and works much better. Yeah.
What can you share about your roadmap? Anything you're excited about coming up and can share here?
Yeah, I mean, we're working so many integrations. We have a very new exciting product on the video side that we're going to deploy soon. One thing that we also very excited to work on is the video quality, because most video players today are not really full HD. They're very low quality when we are having the conversation, right? And then we have to either use better hardware, so that's an improvement that we are seeing in the industry, and also have better pipeline and compression algorithms so we can actually deliver 1080p video. So that's something that for me is very exciting, because I'm really a fan of, like, when you look in the camera, it's like great DSLRs or like full HD video capabilities and 4K. So we're not yet on the stage where we see 4K and full HD as a standard on live conferencing. Today we see these only on pre-recorded formats, and then they have to be uploaded. But that should be a standard that coming from live conferencing. We're able to do that in the future. So that's going to be very exciting. Yeah.
How far away are we for that?
I think it's a combination of internet connection these days. Is mostly like latency around, like 5G is going to help a lot on that. So that's one thing. The second thing is hardware. The standard hardware that we see on computers these days is not able to deliver 1080p. People have to have dedicated cameras. People have to have dedicated hardware and know how to connect those in the computer to deliver great video. So we are probably 1 or 2 years away from actually having this to be more common. But now that everyone is working from home, that is going to be a big incentive for people to start getting better video. And yeah, I got my camera like because of the pandemic, because I felt like I want to be part of this new, exciting age. So yeah, it's cool.
Do you like events? Is it just something that you enjoy and that's what you got into all this, or do you just see the business opportunity in it?
So I'm a person that when we started the business, we knew no one. We had zero business experience. Like we just know how to build apps, and we just wanted to meet with people, and we saw events as a great tool for that. If you know no one and you want to get started, you go to an event, to like a business networking event or get invited to something, and you start talking to people. And it's awesome because that's how you, like, if you know nothing, if you're at zero, like you're just starting today, you can get started with 1 client, 2 clients, and you can meet people and can get insights there. And then of course you can use multiple other assets, internet and, guidance and education and everything to improve what you're going to do. But the first few clients that we ever got came from events. And that's something that we're really proud of, to have enabled this for ourselves and also to other customers that are doing that on, daily use of the platform. Yeah.
We also have a lot of business leaders who listen to our series. And if you had to think of the last constructive feedback someone gave you on how to improve, someone told you, hey, you should really work on this, that you'd be willing to share, of something that you're working as a business leader to be able to get better and be able to grow the business more and be able to lead your people. Anything come to mind that you can share?
Yeah, one thing that I've heard recently is like how we shift the focus from there is one point that the company is doing well and everything, and really we are able to focus more on how can we make others successful. As I got because we started the company, had nothing, and then I was able to build something and improve myself and build something successful to me, right? So now I'm thinking like there's plenty of time and plenty of, resources for me to live like 5 lifetimes. So now it's time for me to think about how can I enable this for other people. It shifts away from you and starts to be about the others, because you are already like self-sufficient in a way, like you already have all the resources that you need until you die. So how can we make sure that I'm also building this an environment where other people can also build something like that for them? So is that on benefits? Is that on education? Is that on ease of use? Is that on being more inclusive and saying like, I'm going to recruit people from this location because I think it's important for us to make an impact there. It's how can you really, put others as more important than you. And it's very exciting, because you actually say like, look, I'm able to actually, you shift away from like, it's not just me anymore. I actually have to take care of others, and they are more important. And that's my work. My work is actually to help them thrive. And it changed my perspective of a lot of things since that started.
Yeah, that's a powerful mind shift. I can imagine as an individual, you start to recognize that those around you. Also, is how you manage your time and the way you are spending it. Are you married, kids, or family, or is it just yourself? Are you just running this by yourself?
Yeah, just being a girlfriend. Yeah.
I love it. It's also, I imagine that you're pouring your energy into this, but it's like what that long term is. If you had to just think about what a word of wisdom that kind of guides you in your mentality as an entrepreneur, as a leader, that you kind of look to, maybe it's a quote or something from a book or something someone said to you. Any words of wisdom that come that tie to you?
I think the main thing that we see is like, it's assess like what's really important for you. Like when I was young, money was really important for me. I was like, I have no weekends, I'm just working, 24/7, like doesn't matter, we have to work, like we just need to build more software and uh, build like the next unicorn or something like that. That's the only thing that matters, is getting to be a billionaire and everything. And these are things that you pursue, but you see that they are going to take a lot of time. And meanwhile, there are a lot of things that you need to care for, like your family, like you need to visit your family, you need to visit your grandparents, your parents, they're really important for you. And they're, family is not going to be around forever, especially as you're growing. The same thing happens with people around you, like you need to be able to think, how can I make sure that it's also something that on this journey, I'm bringing people together with me and not just, using them as assets, like they really need to be part of who also want to bring to be a partner one day with us, so you can work on those things. And that really makes a difference, because money in the end is just an asset. If you don't know how to use it, that it's just going to be sitting on the bank, and there is a certain threshold, like after, I don't know, a couple of million, it makes no difference if you have 5 or 100. Like it's mostly the same thing.
Mm.
So
Just a question for fun. I always like to ask, as a software developer and you've built apps. Are there any favorite small apps that you found helpful or useful in your life, maybe personal or for business? Not big ones, like just simple ones that come to mind.
mostly exercise apps. Yeah, apps to a lot of financial apps, VPNs, this kind of stuff. But I don't have a lot of apps that I use that are outside of the normal scope. Like it's just very, very standard. I think so, yeah.
Workout apps, finance apps, and you're good. Check your
Reading
money.
apps,
Oh, and VPNs. That's right, to connect. I love it.
exactly.
Well, this has been fascinating to hear kind of your own personal mentality of how you have your mind has been shifting as you've been growing in this business and the company, but also for the space where you see event marketing going and the exciting journey that you've been on with your co-founders, with this whole business growing. We're excited to see where you head next. For those that want to learn more, you can head over to inevent.com. That's inevent.com, and you'll be able to. Looks like you can schedule a call with them and learn more. Thank you so much, Pedro, for being on with us. It was great chatting with you.
Thank you, Alex. And it was great. And if you want to use InEvent in your company, please reach out, and our team will be happy to talk to you and see if we're a good fit. Yeah.
Awesome. We'll see you on the next episode of UpTech Report.
Have you seen a company using AI, machine learning, or other technology to transform the way we live, work, and do business? Go to uptechreport.com and let us know.